in Brewton, Alabama, with meteorologist Spinks Meganson. Severe weather coverage starts right now.
Possible tornado in eastern Baldwin County, just to the southeast of Gateswood off County Highway 112, about to cross the Perdido River into Escambia County, Florida. The National Weather Service has actually just issued a severe thunderstorm warning out ahead of this tornado warning. And so we have a tornado warning that continues for the next little bit for parts of southern Baldwin County, north of Interstate 10, and we have a new severe thunderstorm warning that's just been issued for parts of Escambia County and also parts of Santa Rosa County in northwest Florida. I hope you're having a nice Thursday evening. It's been a long severe weather day with multiple warnings across inland areas over the last several hours, and this is the first tornado warning of the day that we have had. Let's actually switch over to the velocity view and we'll show you that we have an area of circulation that has now moved into the far eastern part of Baldwin County. I can tell you that if you are in Daphne or Foley or any of the major population centers in Baldwin County, this has nothing to do with you. But if you're in places near Cantonment or areas here on the north side of the Pensacola, Florida metro area, you're next in line to see this cell that has prompted a tornado warning in Baldwin County. But what the Weather Service has decided to do is issue a severe thunderstorm warning out ahead of this. And that means that we're seeing lots of lightning, heavy rain, and potentially winds in excess of 58 miles per hour in parts of Baldwin County near the Perdido River, about to cross into Escambia County, Florida. Let's look across the region and show you what's happening elsewhere, because it has been an active weather day across South Alabama and Northwest Florida. We've had numerous severe thunderstorm warnings over the last several hours across inland areas. A ton of hail reports across inland areas. Upwards of baseball-sized hail happened earlier today near Huxford and also near Sardine in the western part of Escambia County, Alabama. And now what we have is this cluster of showers and thunderstorms down around the Alabama and northwest Florida beaches coming into the beach zones. And again, the reason that we've come on the air briefly on this Thursday evening is because of this tornado warning that has just been canceled. All right, it's just been canceled for Baldwin County. We actually had a report from earlier near Loxley of a possible tornado that likely contributed to the Weather Service issuing this brief tornado warning, and now they've issued a new severe thunderstorm warning downwind of this. And I think that's the right call, because today these circulations have been so cyclic in nature. In other words, they've cycled up, they've cycled down, and again, at this point, the thing has cycled down to the point that the Weather Service has replaced this with a severe thunderstorm warning. And so possible tornado has likely now lifted, and we're looking at a situation where this storm is going to be coming into the Pensacola metro. So I want to zoom into the Pensacola metro area on the north side out here and tell you that we probably are going to have gusty winds in excess of 58 miles per hour near Cantonment, near Gonzales, also near Quintet over the next few minutes. Again, at this point, we're down to a severe thunderstorm warning, but I would encourage you take this seriously, as we could have wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour coming into areas near Cantonment, Gonzales, and out here toward Beulah as well. This is Interstate 10 right here. This is US Highway 29. This is US Highway 90 right here. Again, you're looking at the northern side of the Pensacola metro, now under a severe thunderstorm warning. The reason we came on the air was because of the tornado warning that was in effect for parts of Baldwin County in coastal Alabama. North of the interstate, that zone had a brief tornado warning. And again, that is now off the board. We'll put this in motion. The cell originated here just to the south of Gateswood. This is County Highway 112 in Baldwin County. And again, the tornado warning is now off of the board. So if you're in Baldwin County, we can give you a tornado all clear at this point from any imminent tornado threat. But again, we're here because of this severe thunderstorm warning that is on the board for parts of the Pensacola, Florida metro area, extending over into Santa Rosa County as well. If you're in Pace, if you are in Pea Ridge, 5 points. Could have gusty winds, perhaps damaging winds coming in with this cell from the west. Lots of lightning with this storm as well. In fact, you can see the counter right up here, in excess of 1,000 strikes of lightning over the last 10 minutes just in the map view that you're seeing right now. So again, lots of lightning, very heavy rain, and potentially gusty winds capable of knocking down a few trees. The good news is if you're in Okaloosa County, it's been an active evening over the last several hours, but at this point, no warnings for Okaloosa County. I see we have a new tornado warning in place for parts of Walton County, specifically for places like Miramar Beach, Santa Rosa Beach, down to areas near Seaside with that cell, but that is not for Okaloosa County. A tornado warning down in Walton County due to a cell that is shifting off to the southeast. And we also have an ongoing flash flood warning in place for parts of Okaloosa County, including Crestview, Baker, Milligan, Campton, and Auburn. This is Okaloosa County, Florida. Flash flood warning for Okaloosa County. We also see an active tornado warning down in Walton County. In fact, let's switch over to the Eglin Air Force Base radar, and we'll show you that this is the only tornado warning that we have on the board. The one for Baldwin County has officially gone off the board at this point. Active tornado warning for Miramar Beach down to areas just to the north of Seaside. Santa Rosa Beach, which is right here, also involved. This is US Highway 98. This is US Highway 331. We encourage no travel on US Highway 98 extending from Seaside and Santa Rosa Beach all the way back over to, let's say, the Destin outlets right there near Sandestin. Could have a possible tornado coming in from Choctawhatchee Bay from the north. So that is an active tornado warning in place for parts of southern Walton County. Let's show you a wide view across the region because these storms have been shifting to the south across our local area over the last several hours. This complex of storms originated way up here in central Alabama, and over the course of the last really 10 hours or so, this has moved to the south, and as it has done so, it has dropped some major size hail. Upwards of baseball sized hail happened earlier today in parts of Escambia County, Alabama. And again, this whole line of storms has now shifted to the south, and as it has done so, it has continued to produce torrential downpours of rain, lots of lightning, and gusty winds. At this point, locally, we're down to one convective warning in our primary coverage area. Now, don't get me wrong, we still have this active tornado warning down in southern Walton County, but for southern Escambia County and southern Santa Rosa County, you're in the crosshairs of what could be a severe thunderstorm producing damaging straight line winds coming into areas near the US Highway 29 corridor on the north side of the Pensacola Metro. You see the word Pensacola right there on the map. That's downtown Pensacola. This is 110 right here. This is Interstate 10, that thicker gray line. Could have upwards of quarter-sized hail coming into Cantonment, Gonzales, and areas near Carr City in Pensacola over the next 5 minutes. That storm is going to continue to move gradually to the east, and as it does so, it's going to go very near 9 Mile Road and the University of West Florida campus right there on the north side of 9 Mile Road. This is the causeway that connects Pensacola back up to Pace. 5 points is right here. So all the places that I just called out, you're involved in this active severe thunderstorm warning that continues until, let's see what the expiration time on that is, 8:15 local time. And so again, damaging straight line winds are the concern with this storm. Let's shift over and show you Okaloosa County because again, I realize for folks in southern Okaloosa County, the weather is obviously quite inconvenient right now. Heavy rain, lots of lightning, but storms in southern Okaloosa are below severe limits. Again, the tornado warning is specifically in place at this point for parts of southern Walton near Santa Rosa Beach, near Seaside, and near Miramar Beach. Sandestin also involved. Destin is not. If you're in Destin proper on the Okaloosa County side, you're fine. But the tornado warning is in effect for areas near Sandestin and points back to the south. And so again, an active tornado warning for parts of southern Walton County. And again, just looking at a ton of different sources here to see what we've got going on. Nasty weather also happening across parts of the Mobile Metro, Pritchard, Saraland, Satsuma, extending back down over to Alabama Highway 225 there north of Spanish Fort. Also got a heavier storm moving to the southeast near Bell Forest, Malbus, coming into Robertsdale and Summerdale over the next 5 minutes, but those storms are below severe limits. Same thing up here in the northern part of Escambia County, Florida. Yes, you may have small hail. Yes, you've got torrential downpours of rain near Walnut Hill, near McDavid, coming into the U.S. Highway 29 corridor south of Century, but nothing in the way of a tornado warning. And I see we've actually got a brand new warning that's just been issued. Okay, and this is going to be a continuation. So this is a new tornado warning that has just come on the board, and this is going to include the Pensacola Metro. So what I'm going to do is get out yet another Red Zone Weather app alert, and this is a new tornado warning that has just come on the board for parts of the Pensacola Metro. All right, so if you're in Pensacola, specifically on the north side of town, you are now involved in an active tornado warning. And this is going to be on the board until 8:30 local time. This is going to include Pensacola. And so if you are in our Red Zone Weather app, if you have the app downloaded, we just sent out an alert for Escambia County, Florida, and it's because of this. This is an active tornado warning now in progress for the Pensacola metro area. A lot of folks live down here, and I suspect that we're about to have a significant influx of folks watching our feed as we now have a danger zone setting up in southern Escambia, Florida right now. And what we're going to do first is tell you exactly who's involved. All right, so first thing we need to do is tell you exactly who is involved in this, and let's see if we can go to our watch warning map. There we go. And let's show Escambia County, Florida, the whole unit here, because if you're up here at McDavid, Molino, Century, Bratt, areas near Burnville and Davisville, you're out of the warning. This specifically is for the southern part of Escambia County, Florida. And I can tell you this possible tornado is starting up here near the Interstate 10 corridor near Beulah, perhaps near the landfill, and it's going to come out just like this, down to the southeast. Most tornadoes in our area move from southwest to northeast, but in this case, this is an active tornado warning due to a tornado that's moving to the southeast. And so if I call you out, you need to be taking action to protect life and property as we have a possible tornado moving into your area from the northwest. Beulah, Florida, you need to be taking shelter. Pine Forest, Gonzales, the campus of the University of West Florida. Same thing at Ferry Pass, same thing on Scenic Highway, specifically from the Tom Thumb, right there at the split where 90 splits off and Scenic Highway splits off, all the way back down to Langley Avenue, right there in Pensacola. And so again, this is an active tornado warning for Pine Forest, also Brent. And again, this is the northern side of the Pensacola Metro. All those little lines you see there represent specific neighborhoods. A lot of folks in this area under the gun from this possible tornado. And let's go ahead and turn the radar back on so you can see exactly what we're looking at in terms of the situation here. And you can see, if you look at it on reflectivity, it is frankly just quite a mess. It's really hard to ascertain exactly where the tornado is by looking at this bucket of spilled paint, but we know it's going to be right in this zone, basically near Interstate 10, near the rest area to the northwest of Pensacola, and the tornado is moving just like that. And so this is rapidly going to be an issue for areas near 9 Mile Road over the next 5 minutes. If you are near 9 Mile Road on the north side of the Pensacola Metro, you need to be implementing your tornado safety plan now, right now. Don't wait, as we could have a tornado on the ground coming into the Pensacola Metro from the north, just like that. If you're at downtown Pensacola, you are okay at this point. Downtown Pensacola is down here. Here's downtown Pensacola where it says the word Pensacola. That's down there near Palafox, down there near the Wahoo Stadium. Basically, this warning is in place from, say, Baptist Hospital points north, not the new campus, the old campus of Baptist Hospital, and points north. If you're north of Baptist Hospital in Pensacola all the way back up to Gonzales, you are under the gun from this possible tornado coming into the Pensacola, Florida metro area, moving just like that. And so if there's something down here, I suspect that we will know rather quickly, as this is a very highly populated area in southern Escambia, Florida. By the way, this warning technically does not include Santa Rosa County. I say that, let me zoom in and make sure the Weather Service, yeah, this does not include Santa Rosa County. So at this point, this is specifically for southern Escambia County, Florida, under the gun from this new tornado warning, valid until, let's see what time the expiration date is on that, or time I should say, 8:30 local time. So this is in effect until 8:30. And this is the only tornado warning that we have specifically in our local area, but we note that Santa Rosa Beach and also areas near Miramar Beach involved in a separate tornado warning. This is southern Walton County, right here on the Emerald Coast. This is to the east of Destin, all right? So if you are in Miramar Beach, Santa Rosa Beach, or areas near the US Highway 98 corridor down here just to the north of Seaside, a separate tornado warning is in place for you. But again, the reason we are here is because of this ongoing tornado warning in place for parts of the Pensacola metro, specifically the north side. And it is so monumentally helpful in these situations when we have a possible tornado potentially doing damage right here coming into Pine Forest. Please tag folks in the comments below. You would be shocked how many people don't have a clue that we have a tornado risk on days like today. There's people that, you know, it's not that they're bad people, it's just that people have busy lives. And so it's so monumentally helpful if you can help us get the word out and tag folks in the comments below. Let them know that there's an active tornado warning on the north side of the Pensacola metro. And look, you can be the hero. You can be the difference between life and a bad outcome. And so tag folks if you know anyone in Pine Forest, Ferry Pass, north side of the Pensacola metro, campus of the University of West Florida, Gonzales, also Cantonment. If you're near the Cantonment paper mill, you are involved in this active tornado warning. Just to the south of there, it looks like the core of Cantonment is actually right on the edge of this polygon. But basically from that paper mill at Cantonment right there at Muskogee Road and points south back down here to, let's say, Car City. That's the stretch of Highway 29 involved in this active tornado warning for the Pensacola metro area. Current time is 7:47 p.m. on this Thursday, June 15th. I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson, and this is the only tornado warning that we have in southwest Alabama and northwest Florida. We do have that ongoing tornado warning over in the Florida Panhandle region in Walton County, specifically near Santa Rosa Beach and also near Miramar Beach. But again, we're covering this storm coming into Pensacola. Let's actually see if we can go to the velocity view on this. And this is the Eglin Air Force Base radar. I'm going to change the vantage point to be from the Mobile radar, which is a bit closer. And we'll see if we can see this thing a bit more clearly. Right in through there is going to be your possible tornado. Very near Beulah, very near Pine Forest at this point. Let's see what the speed on it is as well, because this thing is not moving very fast. Radar indicated tornado moving east at, look at that, 18 miles per hour. So this is a slow moving tornado if indeed there is one down right in through here near Beulah. And again, there has been evidence over the last 30 minutes or so that this storm could be putting down a tornado. There was some videos taken back in Baldwin County that showed what was apparently a tornado. And after reviewing those videos, it was a little hard to see. On days like today, it's really, really tough to get a good vantage point because we have so much moisture in the atmosphere, and that sometimes can hinder what you see. And so in this case, don't try to see this thing. You're not going to be able to see it. And of course, it's getting dark. Has sunset happened yet? No. 4 minutes until sunset. But nonetheless, you're not going to be able to see this possible tornado coming into the north side of the Pensacola Metro. And again, the core action zone at this point is going to be near 9 Mile Road. If you live within, say, 5 miles of 9 Mile Road here on the north side of the Pensacola Metro like this, you need to be implementing that tornado safety plan. And again, tag folks in the comments, no matter if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, I should say. It's immensely helpful for folks to get the word out. Coming into areas near US Highway 29, here's Gonzales. You've got the Walmart right there near Inslee as well, involved in this active tornado warning. If you happen to be near, let's say the Pine Forest Publix, or areas near, there's an AT&T store, there's a Starbucks right there on 9 Mile near that Publix. You've also got areas out here near Car City. Bob Tyler Toyota is right here. You've also got the Nissan, and there's several dealerships right in through there in Car City, right there just to the south of Interstate 10. Those zones are involved in this active tornado warning as well. We'll go back to the reflectivity. And it looks like the Weather Service actually may have just canceled the warning. Let me confirm that. Yeah, they've actually canceled the warning. And so the tornado warning is now gone. The Weather Service indicating that the rotation just really fizzled out quite quickly. That was just about the quickest tornado warnings that we've had in quite some time. And so just like that, 7:50 p.m., we're now back down to a severe thunderstorm warning in place across the local area. And so specifically here in Pensacola. And so hear me out. The places that I've been harping on over the last 5 to 10 minutes, Gonzales, Inslee, the campus of the University of West Florida, the north side of the Pensacola Metro, will give you a temporary tornado all clear. You're done at this point with the tornado warning. It has just been officially canceled by the National Weather Service in Mobile. And so at this point, we'll give you a temporary tornado all clear. And I'm saying temporary because we're gonna watch this thing over the next few minutes and make sure it doesn't cycle back up. This is a cyclic supercell that has a history of producing rotation to the point that the Weather Service has opted to issue now 2 separate tornado warnings. One was in place for Baldwin County near and just south of Gateswood. The other was in place right in through here for the Pensacola Metro. That warning is now off the board, and in its wake, we're left with this ongoing severe thunderstorm warning for the north side of the Pensacola Metro. Let's actually check on our other cell down here in the Florida Panhandle region. This is an ongoing tornado warning in place for southern Walton County. Ongoing tornado warning for southern Walton County. But again, we're focused on this storm on the north side of the Pensacola Metro that has produced a severe thunderstorm warning, meaning we could have damaging wind gusts in excess of 58 miles per hour. And look, you know, even if you don't have a tornado, and at this point it seems rather unlikely that you will, which is a good thing. You don't want a tornado, obviously, but you also don't want damaging straight line winds. And that's what we could see coming into areas near Gonzales and Inslee over the next few minutes. So be in your severe thunderstorm warning safe place, meaning just be inside, away from windows. You don't want to be near windows and doors in a situation where you have a horrible storm like this. Lots of lightning with this. You see the counter up here. We're at 740 strikes of lightning over the last 10 minutes in this map view at this point. And so copious amounts of lightning in through here with this storm that has ramped up and produced a tornado warning about now 15 minutes ago. The tornado warning is off the board, and in its wake, we're left with a severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go back over to the velocity view and kind of check this out, because that thing is still broadly rotating. Now, the rotation has fizzled somewhat, which is good, and that's why the Weather Service opted to cancel the tornado warning, as you can see here. But right in through here, that's where we still have broad rotation. And out ahead of that, kind of on the leading edge of this, that's where we could see damaging straight line winds coming into areas near the US Highway 29 corridor over the next few minutes. Could have wind gusts around 60 miles per hour coming into Inslee, coming into Car City, coming into areas near Gonzales and near 9 Mile Road and the campus of UWF. So again, what I would do and what I would recommend if I were in your shoes and I'm in this zone is stay home. Don't get out on the roads in a terrible thunderstorm like this, and be in a safe place. In a severe thunderstorm warning, that simply means be inside and away from windows. We have seen hail sizes as big as baseballs today, and I don't think this storm necessarily is producing hail that large, but nonetheless, it still could be producing quarter-sized hail as it moves off to the southeast. Looking at a few comments here, I see that we've got more hail photos that have come in over the last few minutes, and I tell you what, the hail today has really been the lead story. I really think that the damaging straight line wind threat and also the hail threat is mainly the two primary hazards that will continue over the next really 24 to 48 hours. And unfortunately, I realize that it's been a long week with severe weather, but we've still got more to go over the next 24 to 48 hours. Joined alongside executive producer Landon Barentine this evening, welcoming Landon on board as we have just had a tornado warning in the northern part of the Pensacola Metro. Now we're at a severe thunderstorm warning. And let's actually show you a wide view of what's happening across the region. We have an ongoing severe thunderstorm watch that continues until 9 p.m. for all parts of Mobile, Baldwin, Escambia County, Florida, Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, Walton, Bay, and Gulf counties, right there along the immediate coast. And it's mainly because of this ongoing band of showers and thunderstorms that has ramped up over the last hour and produced 2 tornado warnings and multiple severe thunderstorm warnings. Let's zoom in back to the storm of interest at this point. In fact, we'll do that in just a second. The storm of interest is clearly this one in Escambia County, Florida, but I do want to mention we have this ongoing tornado warning for Miramar Beach, areas near Seaside, and also Santa Rosa Beach. And so if you're near Santa Rosa Beach, you need to be implementing that tornado safety plan now, right now, don't wait. Same thing on the north side of Seaside. This is US Highway 98, this is US Highway 331. Be in your safe place if you're watching from those zones. We'll go back to our storm over in Escambia County, Florida. And right in through here could have damaging straight line winds very near the US Highway 29 corridor at this point. Do you have the radar scope source up? No, okay, that's fine. We'll go over to the velocity view on this particular product. And right in through here, you can kind of see this lighter shade of pink and also this green. That is a semblance of rotation. And what that means is this thunderstorm continues to broadly rotate. And on the leading edge of that, right at US Highway 29, basically on the north side of the Pensacola Metro, that's the area where we could see damaging straight line winds coming into areas near 9 Mile Road, near the campus of UWF, very near Target, very near, there's a Walmart neighborhood market. You've also got areas near Foosackly's, there's a Krispy Kreme, Everman's grocery store right there on the north side of 9 Mile. All those areas directly in line and in the path of what could be damaging straight line winds over the next 5 to 10 minutes. I tell you what, that thing is ramping back up. It's ramping back up a bit over the last few frames, and so we're going to hold it here because I think what may happen, we'll continue to watch it, but the Weather Service may be forced to issue another tornado warning, and if they do, it would be for this zone, very highly populated part of Pensacola. Again, this thing is cycling. It's cycling up, it's cycling down, which is so typical of supercell thunderstorms. They get stronger, they get weaker. At this point, it's in somewhat of a weaker cycle, but keep in mind, I use that word loosely because this storm still may be producing damaging straight line winds in excess of 60 miles per hour as it moves off to the southeast. Landon, do you have the LD2 source up? If we can pull that up, please. You don't have that. Wiggle that mouse and see if that'll pull it up, because I do want to show a state view of what we've got going on over the last few hours. This band of thunderstorms has really done a number across our region, and I actually just got some more images over the last few minutes from viewers showing that's okay. You can leave it just like that. Tell you what, if you'll take my MacBook full, by the way, 7:58 p.m., the Weather Service is noting that they're still watching this broad rotation near Gonzales. And so again, that's why we're keeping the coverage going. They may be forced to issue another tornado warning over the next few minutes. Let's see here if we can pull up these hail photos. I tell you, these are quite unbelievable over the last several hours. And Landon, if you'll take my MacBook full, this is coming in. This is what this storm apparently looks like at this point. Obviously, very heavy rain, gusty winds in this area. Again, looking at this storm happening near the Pensacola, Florida metro area at this point. And again, thank you to everyone who has sent in ground truth videos and photos from across the region. Let's go back to LD1 while I continue to look for these hail photos that got sent in over the last few minutes. Current time is coming up on 8 o'clock. We'll do a reset at the top of the hour to let everyone know kind of what's happening at your specific location. This photo is coming from Laney Morris, and if you'll take, yeah, there we go. Thanks for taking my MacBook full. This was earlier. We had upwards of nickel and quarter-sized hail near Pollard, and so I've had a ton of images just like that. And the storm that's happening in Pensacola right now very well may be producing hail that looks quite similar to what you're seeing right there. In fact, let's go back over to LD1, and I want to check on the velocity on this. Yeah, that thing continues to really ramp up from the last few frames. We'll put this in motion so that you can see this storm came out of Baldwin County. We had that first tornado warning issued for areas near Gateswood, County Highway 112. What's happened, it has now crossed into southern Escambia County, Florida. It prompted a tornado warning a bit ago. The tornado warning is now gone, but we're watching it because this thing is ramping right back up. And unfortunately, this is in a very highly populated part of Pensacola. And so even if we don't get a tornado warning, I tell you what, you're going to get some strong winds coming into areas near Brent, near the interchange of Interstate 10 and 110 right here. This is Scenic Highway right here. This is North 9th. This is Davis right here. So if you are anywhere near those zones that I'm calling out, near Cordova Mall, near Sacred Heart Hospital, near Home Depot at the intersection of Bayou Boulevard and North 9th, or excuse me, Davis, be in a safe place away from windows. This is a severe thunderstorm warning at this point. It is now 9 p.m. in the east. It is 6 p.m. out west, 8 p.m. here in South Alabama and Northwest Florida, where we're watching a storm going right over the Pensacola metro that has a history of producing strong winds and potentially a few tornadoes back here in Baldwin County and Escambia County, Florida over the last hour. I'm meteorologist Spinks Megginson, joined alongside executive producer Landon Barentine this evening. And at this point, this is the only warning happening in our local area. If you're farther inland, you're now experiencing what the folks down around the coast had all day. They had a nice day. We had horrible weather farther inland. That is now translated down to the Alabama and Northwest Florida beaches. And if you haven't had rain, it's coming, I promise. Lots of heavy rain moving into the beach zones at this point. And the concern is this storm right over, I mean, this is right over the Pensacola metro. Current time now 8:02 p.m. Again, just watching this with vehement intent as we have an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning in place for Pensacola. And really the polygon includes the northern part of town. If you're downtown, down here at Palafox, areas down near the Wahoo Stadium, also near all the eateries there on Palafox, you're okay. This is going to be a situation that passes to your north. Now, don't get me wrong, you're still going to have horrible weather coming in from the north, but the overall circulation with this thunderstorm is moving just like that. And again, let me stress, there's no active tornado warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning, but because of the setup today and because of the fact that we may get another tornado warning over the next few minutes, we're going to keep the coverage going for at least, say, 8 or 9 more minutes until this thing clears out into the bay. Let's go back over to the reflectivity source, and you'll see that not only do you have ongoing nasty weather across the Pensacola Metro, you've also got nasty weather happening near Pace, Pea Ridge, Avalon Boulevard, areas near Avalon Beach, Garson Point, back down to Gulf Breeze and Tiger Point. Nasty storms moving through, and if you're at Garson Point or areas near Mulat, putting you on notice, this storm, whatever happens with it, whether it's tornado warned or not, it's going to make a beeline just like that, coming out towards the Garson Point Bridge, areas to the south of Interstate 10, south of the Red Roof Inn, right there at exit 22, where Avalon crosses Interstate 10. That peninsula could be under the gun from a tornado warning we will see over the next few minutes. Landon, have you seen anything in the way of comments in terms of damage or any other reports that folks are passing along? None. Okay. And that's a good thing. Hopefully we don't have anything in the way of damage happening with this storm, but I think that that is a possibility, really, that we could have damaging straight line winds capable of knocking down a few trees over the next few minutes, regardless of if we get another tornado warning. Let's see if I can make that radar source come back, Landon, because I do want to be able to kind of highlight a few of the features here that we see. Again, watching a storm on the north side of the Pensacola, Florida metro area that is broadly rotating at this point, not producing a tornado warning, but it is producing potentially upwards of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in the southern part of Escambia County, Florida, right now. Elsewhere across the region, we note that the tornado warning in Walton County is now off the board. All right, so if you're in Santa Rosa Beach, Miramar Beach, Seaside, we'll give you an all clear. All clear from the tornado risk in southern Walton County. It is now done. Storms in Walton, Okaloosa, Santa Rosa counties now under severe limits. So you're in good shape at this point in those 3 counties. The issues are here in southern Escambia County, Florida, where we have this ongoing severe thunderstorm warning that is, let's see, valid until 8:15 local time. Current time is 8:06, so 9 more minutes on this, and we'll see what the Weather Service opts to do. I have a sneaking suspicion that regardless of if they issue another tornado warning or not, we probably will get another severe thunderstorm warning that continues for Pensacola and also downwind of this, perhaps into areas near Oriole Beach, the Gulf Breeze Zoo, Tiger Point, and areas near Mulat and Garson Point as well. Core of the storm is very near the intersection of 110 and Interstate 10, very near Scenic Highway, coming into areas near Cordova Mall, near the Walmart right there on Creighton Road, also here on North 9th. If you live near any of those areas, lots of neighborhoods in those zones, please be inside and away from windows. Could have upwards of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming in with this storm from the west. Let's actually zoom out and let me look at one thing off camera here and see if we can. I want to load a regional radar loop real quick to show you exactly what's coming in the hours ahead, because we do have more active weather on the way for Friday. And I tell you, Landon, we're going to just load this whole loop and show it, because this will really tell the tale once that's loaded of what's coming as we get into your Friday. We have a level 2 out of 5 severe weather risk setting up for Friday, similar to what we had today. And let's go ahead and take LD2 full so I can show this. And unfortunately, that screen is not going to cooperate, and that's okay. I can tell you we're looking at multiple rounds of storms, perhaps similar to what we're seeing right now across the local area. Could have more in the way of severe thunderstorm warnings on Friday. Can't completely rule out a few tornado warnings, all right? So we are not done with this whole mess just yet. And for folks in the Pensacola Metro, you're certainly not done, as we have an ongoing severe thunderstorm warning valid until 8:15. 7 more minutes on this, and we'll see what the Weather Service opts to do. Looking at it from my vantage point that I currently can't show on the screen, I can tell you that this storm continues to broadly rotate to the point that the Weather Service is watching it, and they are considering whether they're going to issue another tornado warning. If they do, it's probably going to be on the southern side of this polygon, right in through here. Core of the rotation would be right in through here. The core hail threat is actually going to exist a bit to the north of there. Right in through here is going to be your core hail threat with this supercell storm that's moving off to the southeast. By the way, we encourage absolutely no travel at this point on Interstate 10, extending from the Alabama-Florida state line, which is the Perdido River, all the way back over to, let's say, exit 22, which is the Avalon Boulevard exit right there in Santa Rosa County, south of Milton. No travel on Interstate 10, no travel on 110, and no travel on US Highway 29 south of the Cantonment Paper Mill all the way back down into Pensacola. Dangerous weather conditions at this point, could have upwards of 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and large hail moving in from the west. So again, don't be out on the roads, be inside, away from windows. You know the drill. This is not a tornado warning. This is a severe thunderstorm warning. And it looks like some good news to pass along. It's a minute-by-minute thing with these supercells. It looks like the storm is kind of exhaling and becoming a little bit more disorganized on velocity. I'll show you that quickly. And I realize to most folks it looks like red and green, as is so typical when we show a couplet on radar. But right in through here, that's your broad rotation. Not as robust as it was, say, 5 minutes ago, but nonetheless, you could have damaging straight-line winds moving across the Pensacola Metro right now. So what we're going to do, we're going to keep our coverage going for about 5-ish more minutes, and then we'll make a decision to see if we're going to go back to covering storms in the red zone weather app. By the way, let's look at this. I see that we've actually got another separate area of rotation. Back here, I'm so used to being able to show you velocity on the iPad that I'm drawing it out, but you can't see that. Right in through here, also a storm near Robertsdale. Let's look at that. Yeah, that's more of just a line of storms, but there is a notch right in through here that we're going to have to watch. And look, that's becoming more of a hook in nature, and so definitely something to be interested in over the next few minutes. Current time now 8:10 p.m. If you're in Destin, Niceville, Crestview, any part of Okaloosa County, you're in good shape at this point. Yes, you've got lightning down around the coast, down around Hurlburt Field, Mary Esther, you're in good shape. Santa Rosa County, technically at this point, you have no warnings, but I imagine over the next few minutes you may get a warning down here in the southern part of the county, near Mulat, Garson Point, areas near Navarre, and near Tiger Point over the next few minutes. And again, at 8:15, we'll see what the Weather Service decides to do about this particular warning currently happening in Escambia County, Florida. Have you seen any comments over the last few minutes? No reports of damage. That's a good thing. You know, we don't want damage, but it is immensely helpful for you to be able to share that with us if you can. We don't want you to go out and try to see damage, but at the same time, if you know that there's been damage in your yard or something like that, it's immensely helpful if you pass that along. Just looking at several different things here. I tell you, another thing that's happened across our region today that is, I don't know if it's associated with weather or not, but if you are a customer of one of the major cell phone providers across our region, not going to name names, but there's been a major outage. And if you want to, in the comments, name who that is, you can do that. But it's been a really tough time communicating weather information to folks who are subscribers of that particular network, as there's been a major cellular data outage, not only in this area where we're covering right now, Pensacola, but even farther inland, where I am in Bruton, Monroeville, other areas across the region. We have had a really hard time communicating with certain customers because of the data outages. And so that has only contributed to the problems today that we have had. I tell you, it's been really tough as well with this large hail. In fact, we just got a report as of 8:12 p.m., that was 1 minute ago, that Crestview has now lost cell phone coverage with that particular provider as well. What a mess. What a mess. Hopefully they'll get that resolved rather quickly. Landon, what I'm going to do is get this image up that I want to show of the large hail that happened earlier. The biggest hail that I have seen today happened in Huxford, down around Sardine and Barnett's Cross. Did you see that hail? How big was it? Yeah, golf ball size. And he was down around Sardine today, which is in the western part of Escambia County. But down in Huxford, they had baseball-sized hail, and we had in fact, you know what, take my Mac full and we'll show you that. This happened earlier today near Huxford. There's a baseball-sized hail. That's in excess of 2.5 inches. If that hits your head, you got major problems, obviously. And so the good news is I don't see a hail signature like that. Let's go back over to LV1. I don't see a hail signature that would be necessarily supportive of baseball-sized hail like that, but I am seeing a signature that would support smaller hail, dime size, pea size, that sort of thing over the next few minutes. About 45 seconds, we're going to know what the Weather Service is going to opt to do. They're going to let this particular warning go. I just got a message with that. But we will see if they decide to issue a new severe thunderstorm warning downwind. The broad rotation in through here has not really materialized, and so that's what you want to see. That's a good thing. Broad rotation right over the Pensacola Metro, likely not producing a tornado at this point. And again, this warning is about to go off the board at 8:15. And so about 15 seconds, you'll see that go off the board. And if I'm not mistaken, we will be warning free for the first time in a long time. It has been not only a long day, to be frank, it's been a long week. I cannot wait to get back on the archive site and see how many severe thunderstorm warnings we've had that we've covered in the Red Zone Weather app. I know we had warnings as early as, 4 and 5 o'clock this morning. And it's been really, really challenging for folks to have those NOAA weather radios on because they've alarmed so many times today. So hats off to you if you've kept that weather radio on. Thank you for being weather ready. The good news is, as of 8:15, we have no active tornado warnings and we have no active severe thunderstorm warnings. So loud and proud storms continue. And you see this yellow polygon that's just popped up for southern Escambia, Florida, and southern Santa Rosa. That's actually called a special weather statement. So what the Weather Service is opting to do, they're downgrading this to a special weather statement, meaning we could have gusty winds, heavy rain, torrential downpours of rain, and maybe even some small hail, but it doesn't reach warning criteria. And so that's what we want to see. Hopefully this storm will kind of remain tame and in check. We do note that over the last few minutes, National Weather Service Tallahassee has posted a new tornado warning, not for our area, for parts of southern Walton County. That's going to be over there near Freeport, and that cell is moving onshore from Choctawhatchee Bay. So let's go over to the Eglin radar real quick and kind of look at this. Here's the city of Freeport. Possible tornado is going to be down here on the south side of 331. Choctawhatchee Bay is here. The bridge that crosses from Freeport over into Santa Rosa Beach is right here. This is Choctawhatchee Bay. Possible tornado is going to be right in through here, moving just like this. This is going to come very close to the community of Bruce in southern Walton County if it continues. Bruce is not under a tornado warning at this point, but nonetheless, it's something to watch. Possible tornado coming in from Choctawhatchee Bay over the next few minutes. Let's actually go over to the velocity. Yeah, there it is, right there. That's your possible tornado. And this is coming on shore just to the south of Freeport. So what I would tell you, if you're at Freeport, especially on the south side of town, out here towards Choctawhatchee Bay, be in your tornado safe place. Don't play with this thing. This thing could be producing a tornado coming on shore from Choctawhatchee Bay. This has nothing to do with Destin or Santa Rosa Beach, all right? So Destin, Santa Rosa Beach, all clear from the imminent tornado threat at this point. So let's kind of wrap it up and we'll go back to covering storms in the Red Zone Weather app. 8:17 p.m. What we have going on is strong thunderstorms. No severe thunderstorms in Okaloosa County and points back to the west. Santa Rosa, Escambia, Florida, Baldwin, you're okay. Yes, you've got loud and proud storms. Yes, you probably have some small hail. And yes, you may even have wind gusts up to 40 and 50 miles per hour. But the imminent tornado threat has come to a close. So hear me out. If you're in Baldwin or Escambia, Florida, previously under tornado warnings, we'll give you an all clear. You're done, for now anyway, with the tornado threat. We're going to continue to watch these storms shift to the south. These are going to be coming into areas near Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Josephine, Allno Island, areas near Perdido Key over the next 30 minutes. But for now, you get an all clear. Yes, the weather is bad, but it is not at severe levels at this point. Let's actually quickly go back over to our velocity view and check on this, because I tell you, that thing is, it's cycling up and down. Right in through here is an area of circulation. It's really not moving much at all. The storm is just kind of training over the same areas in the Pensacola metro. And I think that what's happening here, you're getting this weak circulation that's kind of flaring up and then going away, flaring up and going away. That's just the nature of these cyclic storms. But we're going to be watching this over the next few minutes, and if we see that the Weather Service posts another tornado warning, we'll come back on Facebook Live to bring you the very latest. But because we don't have any active tornado warnings, we're going to go back to covering storms in the Red Zone weather app. On behalf of all of us at Red Zone Group LLC, I'm Spinks Megginson, joined alongside Landon Barentine. We will see you soon.
Be sure to find us across social media, and don't forget to download the free Red Zone Weather app and set up your customized alerts. Please support our Red Zone weather sponsors who make our coverage possible every single day.